welcome to another Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday. And today, I have a treat for you. I have some Tales to Amaze. Yes, this is the Kickstarter version or kickstarted or funded project, Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze. Heroes versus villains. So if you've followed my channel, you know that I've covered several of the unmatched offerings they have the volume 1 and volume 2, which you kind of see here on the sides, but then this is all the other unmatched stuff that I have, and I don't have all the unmatched stuff, but I have quite a bit. And what do I like about Unmatched? Well, take a look at some of those videos. I'll put those, what I have covered, in the description down below. But, what I like about Unmatched is it's a very clean and simple fighting game of one-on-one or two-on-two or, three, one, everybody for themselves. You can have a free-for-all if you so desire. But it's a very clean system in that you have miniatures, you have a unique deck of cards that control your actions. There are very simple rules on the different ways that you can play the cards, or based on what kind of cards you have. And it's kind of, as I said, kind of a fighting game. It's a skirmish game. You're moving your minis around a map, and the map is colored so that line of sight is built into the map. So if you're on a certain color, you can see anybody else on that same color. So the line of sight is built in there. So it's a very clean and simple system to fight with different characters through time and through fantasy and through superheroes and what have you. And so I really like that system. So what is Unmatched Adventures and Tale to Amaze being its first offering? What does this bring to the table? Well, it brings a couple of things. Most notably, it brings a villain. It brings, you see right there, 1, 2, 4 players. You can play this solo, or you can play this cooperatively, and you can fight against the game. So all these other versions are opposed. They're competitive. You're fighting against somebody, either one other person or 2 other people or 3 other people. I guess you could have a free-for-all with 4. But it's meant to be an opposed game. And here what they've done is they've built in an AI where you can take all the same systems that are in all these unmatched games, but it's now, with this set here, you can take them against the AI or against an opponent, meaning the game is the opponent. The game is the villain, and you are the heroes. And you can mix and match. This comes with 4 new characters, but you can use any of the characters from any of the sets to insert them into this world and fight against the bad guys. So that's the main thing that this brings is it brings solitaire mode to the system. The second thing it brings new characters. It brings some more characters. So let's take a look at the back here. And as you can see here, you're getting 4 new characters, and you can use these to play against the villains, or you can use any of the other ones that you've collected with the other unmatched sets. The villains, it comes with 2 villains, Mothman and the Martian Invader, and then they have some henchmen or minions as well that will be fighting against you. But there's a kind of an AI system built in to play against the villains. Or you can just take the new characters and you can play them competitively against any of the other characters that are in the system. So very versatile and a very, kind of a unique, or I should say not unique as much as interesting concept. Now, why don't I say it's unique? Well, a lot of fighting games. I'm thinking back to Crowmaster or Dice Throne, and I've covered some Dice Throne stuff before. Both of those systems added added a kind of a system where you're fighting against. You can play cooperatively and fight together against a boss. It's more of a kind of a dungeon crawl or boss fight type system where you can take the characters that you have in that system, where normally you fight against each other, just like Unmatched. You fight against a common foe or against a boss. And so, as I said, Crowmaster did that. Dice Throne did that. In fact, I've picked up the expansion or the standalone set that's kind of like this for Dice Throne to that kind of builds in that whole AI system into that system as well. Takes a fighting system and builds it into a boss fight. And so I'll show that at some point. But I decided to do this one first because I just got this in the mail because I kickstarted it. And I don't kickstart a lot. I don't kickstart or Gamefound or Gamefind. Is it found or find? I don't do that very often. I've done maybe this might be my third one that I've done. I got to think back on that. Maybe third or fourth. I haven't done very many of them. You can count them on one hand. But I did this one because this looks interesting, and I do like the Unmatched system and the fact that you can take this and make it solitaire and make it more of a boss fight and make it more of an adventure game, hence the name Unmatched Adventures. I thought that would be that'd be cool. So now let's get into the box. So again, looking at the back here, you're going to get 4 new characters that are coming in this box with their own unique decks. As I said, if you want to go into some more detail on Unmatched in the system, take a look at some of my earlier videos, and I'll put that in the description. And then you have 2 villains that you can play against. It says, Astounding Adventures awaits an all-new cooperative version of the critically acclaimed Unmatched fighting game. Face off against a fearsome villain and their minions, controlled by a clever and simple set of rules. So let's get in the box, as I said, and see what we have in here. So you are seeing this fresh. I just got this today, so I'm posting this on Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday, so that means I got it earlier this week, and I'm deciding to do this for my Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday, the next Saturday, which is this Saturday, when you're watching it. So there's the box, nice thick box there. We got a lot of paper in here. So we've got these are all the different things you can get. Battle of Legends 1 and 2. I have both of those. Little Red Riding Hood versus Beowulf. Houdini and a Genie. Sun's Origin. I don't have that one. I got Houdini. And I don't have the Little Red Riding Hood, though. Here's the Marvel ones, which I have Hell's Kitchen. There's a digital edition. And then some of the other games from Restoration Games. Restoration Games is known for taking older games or games from 80s or 90s, and then redoing them into a different game. This one was it was a Star Wars game that this originally was. Was it Star Wars Master? I can't remember what it now is. It's in one of my earlier videos, so go check it out. You'll get extra credit if you can find out what this is based on. But it is based on an earlier title. But Restoration Games does that on a lot of games. For example, Return to the Dark Tower. Anybody remember playing Dark Tower? So here are the set rules for Tales to Amaze. God, this doesn't look very much there. So this is the... So, that's interesting. So this is set rules here. So these are the different heroes. So you've got, these are the ones for the heroes in here. So you've got Dr. Jill Trent, you have Annie Christmas, you have Nikolai Tesla, and you have Golden Bat, which Golden Bat's kind of it's a superhero. It looks like it's a kind of a cross between something out of Watchmen and Ghost Rider. Golly, I'm having trouble tonight. Maybe I need some coffee with Kilroy. So those are the rules for those characters. Then you have the core rules, which this is going to go into the whole AI, I believe, that's in here. So here's the unmatched system, heroes and sidekicks, how to play. So this is the basic rules on how to play unmatched. With the different cards and how you do use the different cards. So I wonder where the AI is at. Maybe it's in this book here. Got all kinds of books in here. Yeah, so this is just the basic core rule. So this is how you play unmatched with just, opposed. Here are the new characters for that come in this set. And then, here's the rules. It looks kind of like a comic book, right? That are set out. These are now the rules to control the AI or to control the villains that you're going to be fighting. So there's the contents that come in here. Here's the overview. You need to understand the core rules, but then this is going to overlay that to make it into a cooperative or one versus the boss type setup. Here's your setup. Here's the Mothman. Here's the Martian Invader. Those are the two villains that come in here. And I imagine that over time they'll add sets with more villains, right? I mean, it's a natural. So here's your enemies. You've got enemies, threat track, tokens. Here's playing the game. This is the cards that you're going to use for the AI. Here's the player turn, attacking the enemies. Then you have the enemy turn, how it determines the target, how the enemy attacks. And as you can see here, it's, very big, a lot of images, but big fonts on some of this stuff, very clear, explaining what's going on. You have player elimination here, stuff like that. Special rules for Mothman. And you have some special rules for the Martian Invader. And then adding unmatched fighters, so choosing an opponent. So this is how you can add in some of the other stuff that you've collected over time. Here are the minions. So you have the Ant Queen, the Blob, the Jersey Devil, the Skunk Ape, Tarantula, and the Loveland Frog. So those are the different minions. And so you're going to have dials. These are the dials for the new characters, and then it looks like you have dials too for the villains. So you need to put those dials together, and there'll be brackets in here to, something's already fallen out. There we go. That fell out already. You'll have brackets in here to assemble those, but that does not want to stay in there. And these are some of the, you have dials here for the minions, it looks like. And there's Nikolai Tesla. It looks like you have some special counters here, and this even shows you how to put the dials together. How about that? Even more dials. Here's the Skunk Ape, Jersey Devil, Tarantula, and then here's Annie Christmas. So other than Nikolai Tesla, I think these other three are kind of made up new characters. I don't know if there's any basis in any fiction or fantasy or what have you. Here's the board. We'll take a look at that, but I want to look inside the box here. So we got all kinds of, here's all those brackets that we need to put those together. And we got both sides of the brackets. We've got some, nice tokens here. That's one thing that's really cool about Unmatched, that the minions get their own tokens, and they're nice, thick plastic. So here's those minions that you get that are hexagon and very nice. Look at that. Nice, thick plastic there. And then the round ones would be the minions that go with the characters. Like this will go with that character. And I imagine there's a place, yeah. So they have a place there where you put the minion, and then when you put that dial together over here, it will fit nicely in there. And then, of course, that will go on top. And then here's the mini for that character right there. That's her deck. And then this is the mini. And I like the minis. They already have a kind of pre-wash on them. I'm not a painter, so I play with them like this. But if you're a painter, it looks like they have a wash on that. Like I know what I'm talking about. And then here's what is this? The golden bat or something like that. That's kind of interesting. Then we have, this is Annie Christmas maybe. I don't know about her. She looks scary. And then we got Nikolai Tesla. Look at that. I'm going to be playing with him. I can just tell you right now, just from the looks of it. Then you have the Mothman. Look at that. That is amazing. Look at that thing. And it's got like a translucent wings. That's cool. And then we got the flying saucer here. It looks like you have to assemble this. So there you go. Look at that. That's the Martian. All right, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. What else we got here? Got some more tokens there. Dump those out. Don't know what goes in there. I'll have to figure all this out. Here's the deck. I imagine this is the deck for the baddies. Ooh, we got some little mini cards here. So let's see what these cards are first here. You're getting the full treatment here. And I imagine there'll be a retail version of this. I don't know if there's going to be a big difference between this and the retail version. There was a little bit of a bonus thing that I got with the Kickstarter. I'll do probably a short on that, which I think is some minis for the minions or something there. So these are initiative, and then amazing event. So these are the amazing events. Unexpected eclipse. You kind of like that the font. It's kind of evocative of 50s or 40s or 50s kind of comics and Pulp Fiction type stuff. That's kind of cool. And then you have these initiative cards. So these are all for the AI. I imagine this goes with the AI for the villains. There's Mothman Invader. You got players 1 through 4. That comes into play. Here's all the different minions there. And this tells you what they, so for example, the Mothman has a 3 move, and I think it talks about when it takes a turn and some of that stuff, but this has the move on it. Your character will have a card that talks about move and stuff like that as well, but this is more for the AI here, moving these minions and stuff. So that goes there. And then let's get this deck open here. So quite a bit to punch out and put together here to get this game to the table. But once you do that, again, the game plays relatively easy. The AI is going to add a little bit more complexity because you have to go through the AI rules. But the base game is just a very simple combat game. Very fun, very easy to play. My youngest daughter likes it as much as anybody in the family. So these are the different cards. So this is the Tarantula. So this is its special cards that it'll be playing as the AI. Here's the Ant Queen. It's got its own deck of cards, and it's got like combat and attack and defense, I would imagine, in there. I don't know how these work in the system. I have to read up on that a little bit more. But these are all the different cards for the different minions. Oh, the Blob. Gotta love the Blob. That's out of the movies, right? That's Steve McQueen was in the Blob. Here's the cards for the Martian Invader. And then here's the Mothman. So they all have their own special deck of cards, just like the characters will have their own special deck of cards. So let's start with, this is Anti-Christmas, so maybe this goes here. This is the Golden Bat. So that was interesting that they had them in a little different, I don't know. Maybe they don't go. Maybe the decks will go there. The places underneath there, as you can see, are a little bit different to hold like counters and stuff. So maybe these do go here, but you would think they would put that anyway. I don't know. I can't figure this out. Excuse me. So here's the Golden Bat. It's got a movement of 3. It's a melee combat, so it has to be right next to somebody to do combat. It doesn't have ranged. And it starts off with 18 health. So that's pretty good, actually. So it's a melee fighter, and then it's got a special ability that you have there. And then this is just a player aid that will be on the back of all these. This is on your turn. You have 2 actions. You can maneuver, which you draw a card and move. You can scheme, which you play one of those cards that have that symbol, or you can attack, and you play an attack symbol or something that has an attack and defend. That's it. You got 2 actions. You're going to do that, and then, of course, the cards themselves might add to that because they might have a after combat, or they might have some special ability that does something else. And so that, takes precedent over the standard rules, and you'll be doing that quite a bit. So that's the deck for the Terrifying Roar. So pretty cool. So I'll put that there. I don't know if that's going to go there because it looks like it should go here, but I don't know. Who's to say, right? Let's look at the Annie Christmas. And I'm not going to do of each card here. I got to save some suspense for you to look at this game. So there's that player 8 again. So Annie Christmas, she's melee. And then she's got a necklace of pearls. And she has movement 2. She starts with 14 health, but then she has a minion, Charlie, who is ranged. So he starts off with 8 health, but he has a ranged attack. And so there'll be certain cards in this deck. So I think I am going to move it like this because there's a minion right there for Charlie. Let's pull Charlie out. I'm starting to symbol this as we talk here. So there's Charlie. So I'm going to put Charlie right there in the hole. And then when I do the dial, and he'll have a dial too, maybe, and so that's why there's extra space there. So let's look. So there'll be some cards like these are only Annie can play, and then there might be some cards that only like any. So you can use either Annie or Charlie, and then there's some Charlie only cards. Okay. So this looks like he's a riverboat gambler here, or turning in the river, so he's a poker player. So this is interesting. I don't know what the history of this is. I need to read and see if they have some backstory on these. A Mississippi Queen, so maybe he's a riverboat gambler. There you go. Look at that. Okay, so that is Annie Christmas. She looks like she's going to be fun to play. I'm going to save Nikolai for last. Let's get to, bad habit chewing my nails. My son picked up that habit too. And I don't have any nails to get these things started. All right. Well, be here for hours. Okay, there we go. Don't want to mess up the cards. So this is Dr. Jill Trent. There we go. And the cards, I think all the cards are the same quality that's in the main set there. Man, I got some sticky stuff here. Not super thick, but not super thin. I mean, and you are going to be kind of going through these, so I don't know if you want to sleeve them. If you sleeve them, I don't know if there's enough room to sleeve in there or not. So let's look at Dr. Jill Trent. She's melee. She's got a move of 2. She's got Gadgetology is her special ability, and she's got Daisy, which is also melee, and here is Daisy. We got her token, and this nice thick plastic token. That's cool. So she's got some interesting stuff. Hypnosis, Battle of Wits. So she is a doctor with a lot of gadgets. So she's kind of a Batman of sort, or an Inspector Gadget. She looks interesting there. Okay, that's Dr. Jill Trent. And then we've got the one that I'm most interested in, Nikolai Tesla. Maybe it starts here. And I think we all know who Nikolai Tesla is. So, cool back of the cards there. Let's look at him. He's ranged, so that means he can, I'll show you how range works on the map here. 14 health, moves 2. He's got electrical overflow, but no minions. So he doesn't have any minions. So lightning storm, look at that thing. And cards like this you can use for attack or defense. And when you get attacked, you want to play a defense. So like if someone attacks me with 3 and I have this 4 multi, I can play the 4's defense and I won't take any damage because the 3 is not stronger than the 4. But there might be special abilities that move stuff up or down or negate it. And so there's a lot of card play in this game. I like Tesla. Look at that. A little bit of AC going on there. All right. So that is the cards. Let's clear out some space and look at the map here real quick. I've already gone quite over, but this is kind of cool, if you ask me. So this is the Mothman map, and I don't know if you have to play the Mothman on the Mothman map and the Alien Invaders on the Alien Invaders map. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Probably so. But so here's the Mothman map. You've got some. Don't know what that is, but that's probably built in for the AI. You've got some different boxes here. Again, part of I think the AI system, and you got to destroy some bridges here. I think that's part of the thing that Mothman does. So here's the deal. What you can see here. So if I have the golden bat, and if he's on green, let's say he's here. So this is green and purple, or kind of a mauve. He can see anybody or shoot anybody with range. I don't know if he's got range. Let's use Tesla instead, because I don't know. We know Tesla has range. Melee has to be right next to somebody. So if he's here, he can hit anybody that has a green or a mauve. So if the good doctor is any of these green spots, even way all over here, he can still hit it. There's no limit to the range. It's just anybody within that color. And plus, he can do the same thing at mauve color. Like this right here, they can do all three of these colors here. So hit somebody here, get somebody all the way over here, and get somebody here, and then that's it. So those three colors. So the line of sight is built into the board. And I think that, I don't know if that originated with Tannhauser, but I remember there was a miniature game from the 2000s, I think Tannhauser, which was kind of a alternative Nazi hunter type game, with the occult and stuff. They had a built-in line of sight kind of like that as well. So that's the Mothman board, and then you have on the flip side here, this is the Martian Invader board that you're going to be playing with. These, you get some crop fields here, or farm field. That's kind of cool. That's different. So that's totally different board. Normally you just play with these little circles. That's a typical board, but now we have these areas in between. I wonder how that works. Maybe that's where the Martian moves. I don't know. But again, if he's here, then he can hit somebody all the way over there in that gray. See right there. So I mean, this is an ideal place to be in. If you have ranged and you want to try to, kind of command your location there. So that's a cool. I don't know. I just like that mechanism. Again, it's all fits into this is a very clean and crisp mechanism of a fighting game and a miniature game moving on a board. It doesn't take that long to play. When the deck is your health. So when your deck runs out, you've ran out. And so the games don't take that long, and they're very, very tactical. So anyway, so there you have it. That is what you get in a box of Tales to Amaze, the first installment of Unmatched Adventures. I don't know if there's going to be more or not, but we shall see. These are interesting little minion things here, or little... Yeah, those are for the alien, I imagine. I got my brackets I got to put back, but I got quite a bit of punching out to do and a lot of dials to put together, but, they're not too hard to put together. But there you have it. That is what you get in a box of Unmatched Adventures, Tales to Amaze. I'm excited. This looks very fun to play. These characters look very interesting. Again, I really like the Tesla. I can't wait to play him. But this guy looks, all of them look kind of interesting. That's the neat thing about Unmatched. They really bring interesting characters to bear. And when they try to mimic, characters like from either history or fiction or Marvel even, the deck is kind of unique to that character. So they've tried to see, they're very asymmetrical, and they've tried to seize upon the essence of that character through that deck. Anyway, thanks so much. This was a long Sci-Fi Fantasy Saturday, but I've been waiting a long time for this. If you ordered this, this is what you get. If you're interested in this, I think this should be in retail at some point. So go get it if you're interested in like anything that you see here. Anyway, thanks all. Thank you so much for stopping by on your Saturday or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bonus footage. Let's take a look inside the box. I got everything inside the box. Here are the rules for the evil forces. Here's those rules for the characters, and then here's the core system rules. Here's the map, dual-sided map. Fits right in there. It's got a nice groove for it. All these cards go here. These are all the cards for the baddies. Here's the Moth and the Martian. They stay where they are at. Here is Annie Christmas and her deck, and then you've got two dials there, and then Charlie right there. We've got Golden Bat, his dial right here. Then these are some of the cards that you use for the bridges, for the Mothman, and then the initiative card or the player cards for the game. Here's tokens for a couple for the Blob and for the Tarantula, and I think these are for the Martian. Here are the the tokens for the henchmen or the minions. Then you have the dial for the Mothman, the dial for Martian, and then all the baddies or the minions go here. Put this back there. This all fits in somewhat nicely. Here's Dr. Jill Trent, and then here is her Hypno Ray Blaster, her dial, Daisy's dial, and then Daisy's token right there. And then I put these guys here for now, these minions. And then here is Nikolai Tesla, his dial, and then he's got two of these tokens that go with him right there. And there you have it. Everything is back in the box nicely. All the dials are made. I told you I didn't take that. That's not that hard to put all the dials in there. And there you have it. Tales to Amaze, all back in the box. Thanks for watching.